Right, so I just watched it, and wow, okay, wow. Right, so what I'm going to try and do for these just now is I'm going to try and give you the non-spoiler review first, and then I'll say spoiler when I'm about to spoil things. So I was a bit nervous going into it because it's based on 52 heroes and stuff, the new 52, and I've, like I said in many other videos, I'd loved it if they tried to do it like the book, and we've not had one. We've had the Superman Doomsday one, and now we've got this one, and we had the BVS Superman versus Doomsday and stuff. Now, before I go on, Superman v Batman and the Doomsday fighting the death of that's a whole different ballgame, okay? That's a whole different story and backdrop, okay? It was not meant to be, if anything, it was all homages to lots of books, and if Zack Snyder didn't do the death of Superman in that way, who would know how long it would take for us to even have a film with Doomsday in it? That being said, there's lots of talk just now about how that creature wasn't the real Doomsday and that Doomsday is still out there, said by Zack Snyder. Because if you know about the origins of Doomsday, then you know that wasn't the origin. But it was a good twist, having Zod's body, who totally hated Superman, to somehow be the backbone of the creature. And that said, we also was dealing with a story where the world wasn't really connecting with Superman at that moment. Some people were, some people weren't, but it was the fact that he sacrificed his life really made the world realise how much they miss him and the loss. So BVS Doomsday was a whole different kettle of fish. So was and each of these interpretations of the death are good in their own way, okay? But I'm not here to talk about the BVS or the comic book one. I'm here to talk about the DC's latest animated Death of Superman. Is it a good book? Is it a good movie? Yes. Some fact that one of my favourite movies before this one, animated wise, had definitely been the Wonder Woman story. I had a lot of heart in it, and I had a lot of, good jokes in the right places and stuff. And again, I was apprehensive going into this. It was a New 52. Even though I collected New 52, I liked the Green Arrow storylines and that. I liked the Aquaman story. Wasn't too hot on Grant Morrison Superman, the way they did him. I'm not a big Grant Morrison's fan, therefore, so having Superman in a pair of jeans and everything else just wasn't for me. But this was, to cut a long story short, it had me in tears. It had me in tears. There were a little wee bits of moments in the film that made me laugh and stuff, and the story that it told stories from his friend's point of view, how the world was existing with him, and what people thought of him, and it really built up to a moment where you understood what it was fighting for. There were little wee hints during the during it, which kind of made sense at the end of the movie. Again, I'm still not trying to spoil things. What else can I say that won't spoil it? There were a couple of wee homages to other DC properties and to the DC universe, quotes from different films and stuff like that, or different sayings. So everything, they put everything in there that sort of enhanced the Superman's past legacy, during either to do with media or the comics. There was mentions of other storylines, like Dark Side Wars and stuff, which I've not read. But you didn't need to know anything. You didn't, to be honest, you didn't need to know anything that's gone before on this film. You could have put this film on and not known what's gone on before, and it explained itself nice. And I think, honestly, if anybody watched this movie without knowing anything about the comic book characters, they would get a good sense of who he was, what the world that they are, and how people felt about him, and not feel that they need to go and read something else to find out what they were talking about. It was a really, really good movie. And so yeah, I would give it 5 stars. I would, if there's any awards for animated movies, storylines and whatnot, yep, this should get it. I'm surprised it's not. Now, to give you a chance, if I've not convinced you enough, okay, this is what I sometimes like to do. I like to give you a chance of obtaining that if your country or whatnot hasn't got it yet. Here is, you can pause this DVD quite quickly, download it, and then I advise you to go out and buy it. Okay, this is just to wet your whistle. So watch it, please. Don't. If you've downloaded it using this code, please let us know. And then please go out and buy it and support the DCU. Okay, get ready to pause it. Right, there we go. So that is for that. Now we come to the spoilers. Okay, so if you don't want it spoiled, please stop now, and because I may say something that may indeed spoil it, even though it's called The Death of Superman, you know what's going to happen, but you also want to not know how it's going to happen. So stop it there and go out, try it for yourself. Right, okay, spoilers. What can I say that I haven't already said? There were moments of laughter. There were moments of Justice League sitting around the table. Flash, I loved Flash attacking Batman, going to a PAA meeting. The parents thing with young Damian. I thought the humour in that was pretty good. Other moments I loved. What I liked about it was it explained, even though the Justice League went up against Doomsday, and it left Superman being, the last sort of man standing, the last man to sort of protect the world from total destruction. And I think they handled each character getting beaten or unconscious was fantastic. I thought Wonder Woman held her own. And you needed that sort of threat, because that was the one thing that was going against Superman in maybe previous books. As well was the Justice League, they weren't there. They were using people like Booster Gold and stuff like that. So no, having the new 52 Justice League team there was pretty spot on, and it showed you the loss. Even Lex Luthor at the end, being saved by Superman. And then with Wonder Woman giving him that angry expression at the end, you liar, you, and stuff. Other moments that I liked, I liked how the fact that Wonder Woman, Lois Lane didn't catch on to him being Superman. And what got me the most was that, when he went to see his parents, and he just couldn't get over the fact that, to try and let himself out there, let himself be known and for who he is, because he's kept everything a secret to himself, and Lois thought he was going to dump her because she was prying and trying to get to know Clark. I thought that was very mature sort of storyline, and what else? And the little bit at the end when she throws a stone at Doomsday. And she doesn't shout it out, she just says, "Clark, I got your note. I love you too." Oh, wow. See, there were moments in this film that honestly had me tearing, and I'm an old man. I'm cynic, you know. And but the wonders of animation. I hate people that will not go and see a movie because it's animated. Animated can just be as strong and be as heartfelt as anything else. Animation, especially when you're talking about a film that's a 12, and DC has done animated movies that are 15 or 18. I like the fact they went to the restaurant where oh God, I was going to say Bilbo Baggins. Bibble is, and how much of a fan he is. It gave you inklings at as the credits roll on of what's coming next, and I think it's brilliant the fact that we have the guy from Gotham doing Superboy's voice in the next one, and a married couple doing Superman and Lois Lane. There is so much in this film. The bit where Superman saves Lois Lane from the helicopter and she says, "Don't worry, I've got you." And he's standing there exhausted, he's sweating. And Superman's never sweat, so she knows. And she doesn't want him to fight. And he says, "I've got you. You've got me, who's got you?" From the Christopher Reeve movie. You know, there were little nods there for big fans, and the fact he saved the helicopter and he says that line was fantastic. And I thought, I thought it was a longer film than I thought it was going to be, because it had a good build up. It had this, let's not just have this fight. Let's build up the world of Superman. Let's introduce you to the characters that are involved in his everyday life, and then have it all threatened. Have it all done, and then you see the people and they're holding everywhere around the world the banner of that flag, that image, and they've done that on BVS as well. People around the world, so it has an impact. And I must say, I think it'll be a long time before they make another animated film as good as this. It is. They have to, for an animated movie, they really got to be good and compelling. For me, it needs to be like a normal feature-length movie. It cannot just be an hour. It cannot just be 49 minutes or whatever. It has to be a full-length one to feel the depth. I watched it with the family. I could see my wee girl, she was crying and stuff like that. And it was a rock and rolling ride. I'm trying to think what else. In Lantern, Cyborg. I mean, it even had the Cyborg and the father relationship, and I don't know if there was a nod towards the Justice League movie with that. I'm not too sure. It just felt like they were hinting something to do with that, or something that's just happened. But the father, and not getting respect for giving his son a lot of respect in that way. And it just opens the doors. It was a nice introduction to the Eradicator you saw on the computer screen. And Steel, played by Black Lightning, with a Superman t-shirt, he wears it with respect. This is definitely, and I will agree to one thing. The Death of Superman comics reintroduced Superman to the world. It made people buy his comics. And for anybody out there that thinks, Batman's a lot better, and I'm not saying, okay, I love Batman and Superman on a level peg, and people always trying to get me to say who I like better, and I will not, because it's like movies, they're all good in their own way. But for people that just put down Superman and think, Batman always too good, this was the story that made Superman relatable.
And for those people that went against Superman on BVS, seriously, that was another film that made them relatable. Any film that makes, or story that makes a character vulnerable, will shove that character up in the public's eye. Because we need to relate to these characters. And for these other directors out there that say, oh, we can't touch DC movie characters because they're unrelatable, and I've done a YouTube on that, then watch this movie, pal. Okay, well, thank you. That's a big thumbs up. I can't wait for more. I think Constantine's out next. Thank you for watching.